Hello, chat.
Ah!
Ah! Hello.
Oh gosh, it's been 2 weeks, and it's all because I decided to eat strawberries.
Did you actually end up finding out if you're allergic or not?
Yeah, I tried again this week, and I'm allergic.
Wow.
I was like, I
Yeah.
gotta have confirmation. the confirmation bias connoisseur.
Oh yeah.
No,
You kind of suck.
yeah, whatever. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of MomoTalk. It has been 2 weeks. So as you can tell by this mysterious League of Legends creature sitting right beside me, this is not a normal occurrence. This is a guest star, a feature,
Holy shit. We have a feature today.
and she goes by the name of Cosmic Jirachi. Everybody, welcome Cosmic Jirachi.
Yes!
Yay!
Yes! That's my
Thank
soul
you.
link partner. Yes!
That's so like, yahoo!
That's sweet. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today.
Yahoo! No, we've been thinking. We were like, it would be cool if we had if we maybe, possibly had another member. So we were like, yo, let's pop in. Let's pop in and yap and see how the trifecta goes.
Exactly. Because our brains are small. The two of us can only come up with so many things to talk about. So surely another
Well, you're
third
asking
small brain.
Well, you're asking a lot of me then.
Yeah,
No, but three small brains are better than two small brains. I think we can
Yeah.
all agree.
that's a little more brain power.
That's a
than,
good point.
At
yeah.
least. At
Yeah,
least.
see, brain might be small, but brain smart.
Exactly.
You can just only store up to so much information. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It is that time again. Why did my stream turn green? Why did it do that? Anyway,
Your stream went Kiwami.
it just turned green. I was like, what?
Green. You are green.
Anyway. So, today, Power Friendship Type B. It's so true. Look at us.
Yay!
Yay!
So today, I kind of wanted to yap about the gaming industry as a whole, but primarily fucking Nintendo, but the gaming industry as a whole. Because over the last 2 weeks, I want to say, I've been looking a lot. Not a lot. I haven't been like looking, but a lot of the shit on like my algorithm regarding like the Nintendo Switch 2 and just like the gaming industry as a whole, and like all the tweets I've been seeing. It is not looking good. In the slightest.
It's really not.
Yeah, I mean, because there was the stuff we talked about a couple episodes ago in regards to the pricing of the Switch 2 and how much of a step up it's really going to be from the original.
Yeah.
But what specifically did you find that's having you dooming extra hard?
Yeah. Okay. So these big ass fucking ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
So no, there's a what? I don't even know where I want to start. So let me pull up my Discord DMs, because I was talking to a friend whose name ends in Isimo about it. But let me
Is that a reference?
yes. Let me. It wasn't that long.
Bro is always like, bring me up on the podcast. It's actually more
he's
often that we bring him
yeah.
up versus not. But he doesn't come in and listen, so he would never know.
Listen.
Yeah, wow.
He
He doesn't know all this free publicity he's getting.
Chungus true.
Woo!
So I was talking, and I've been seeing more people. I think more people are actually kind of done with Nintendo shit this time around, right? So I was like, I genuinely think at least like an opening numbers amount worth. I think a boycott might actually work against the system. Not in terms of the system will fail outright, it's not gonna flop, but it'll definitely it's gonna sting the performance numbers that they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Nintendo is looking at like a 15 million units sold around like launch, I believe, or so. At least that's what their trajectory is. But when you really think about it, every console sells very well at the start. At the very start. I think that number is just them trying to kind of hide the fact that publicity for that thing is it hasn't been great. They're like, oh yeah, guys, 15 million. We're yeah, 15 million. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's looking good. And I'm like, dude, I don't really think that's a. I don't really think that's a
Wii
whole.
U sold well at the start. Nice whataboutism.
Yeah, it's kind of whataboutism there. The Wii U is kind of a.
Yeah,
Like we get it. The Wii U was a flop. We know.
Yeah,
but
we all know Wii U.
outside of that,
But even then, I mean, even if the Wii U didn't really sell all that well at the launch, more people were at least talking about it. And that's just like that opening window is when you're going to get the most conversation around the new system anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And with this current landscape for gaming, 15 million is like average at this point for like system sold. Like if we're being completely honest, that's pretty average. And Phil Spencer, I believe, was even saying that it's getting hard to actually get any new players in to buy in to the gaming landscape now. And I think a lot of that is, I think we're at a point where the market has peaked and it's only going to plateau and go downhill from here.
Oh, okay. Bold statement.
I genuinely think so. And I think the reason why is because obviously pricing, right? I don't, if you want to buy the system and you think it's worth it, that's totally fair. However, I will never understand defending a company's prices. You're not making any fucking money off of that. You're not making any money off of that thing. Unless your entire livelihood depends on the success of whatever brand you're loyal to, you're literally making $0.00 off of whatever the company's profits are. I don't get why people would ever defend the pricing or tell someone they're wrong for thinking something is too expensive.
It's time for another company to drop a console that's not from the big four. I mean, that would be a cool little shakeup, but I don't think there's any companies that really have the funds to like get in the console race nowadays.
Yeah, it's just not.
It comes back from the ashes.
It's not feasible
with another Dreamcast.
It's literally not feasible. It's kind of like, if you're an indie dev, your ass should never make an online multiplayer game. Do not do that. That is a surefire way to kill your game instantly. And that's why I think you can't really enter the console race either, because I mean, it's too established, and the market is not currently at a point where a newbie can enter that kind of race and people will actually buy into it.
Oh, dude, I forgot about Google Stadia. That totally did happen.
That was a thing, yeah.
That was like the most recent attempt at that we ever saw, and it did only last a couple years.
Yeah. You think it's a PC over console thing? No. I just think that I was gonna say, yeah. Vision asked if it's do I think it's a PC over console thing? I don't necessarily think so. I think it's just getting harder to it's harder to get new people when you've grown so much. Because every market could, let's say for example, back then when people were reading books in the fucking dark, we didn't have like proper electricity. Of course, that market is going to skyrocket initially because there's a need there that wasn't fulfilled, and then it just kind of slowly fizzled out because there's nothing new there. It's like we all have lamps and lights and electricity. Like there's nothing new there.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what's happening with gaming right now, is that we're in a spot where gaming was relatively new around like the 80s, like 70s, 80s, 90s. And then it kind of slowly kept growing as we got, the PlayStation and the Xbox, with them also joining in the ring. And then we get to, what was it, 7th gen? Was like the Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360?
Yeah, it should be 7th.
Yeah.
I would say it started to really pick up steam from there. PS4, Xbox One era. It's kind of hard to say. I think it became very steady around that era.
Oh my god.
And then as we left that era, I think we're at a point where it's just like what do we do?
Yeah, right. Because now gaming has officially like hit the mainstream hardcore, where like even people who don't like take it seriously, like for lack of a better term, the normies, like you can pretty much talk to anybody and be like, "You like games?" They're like, "Yeah." They'll bring up like 1 or 2 video games they might play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's there left to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really see a way for, because I mean when you're purely in a profits based mindset, like a lot of companies are, it's gonna get to a point where it's just not sustainable anymore to keep trying to push further and further and further and further.
Yeah, it's demanding infinite growth in like a finite environment. Like,
Right.
it's just it's not possible.
There's so many people on this planet, and there's only so many people with the expendable income to purchase the
Yeah.
ever-growing prices of these game consoles.
Yeah.
Plus,
And
not
it's-
to mention that there's always going to be a subset of people who just like will never be interested in a video game no matter what.
Right. In which, I mean, GG's, I guess.
Yeah.
What? Hold on. I saw someone say something else that was interesting. Nick said Xbox is allegedly leaving the console market, in which I wouldn't be surprised because I think they've actually gone on record saying that Xbox is literally being made at a loss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like some odd years ago, I remember hearing that.
Plus, I remember just seeing an ad for Xbox. Where, like, this is an Xbox, like the full Xbox. Like, this is an Xbox. This is like, a TV with like Xbox Cloud gaming.
Uh-huh.
This is an Xbox, and it's your computer.
Yeah, I feel like Xbox kind of killed their profits by going like too hard on the multimedia stuff. I'm not gonna lie, because they wanted to have like full interconnectivity with everything, and eventually people just realized, well, if I'm already loyal to Microsoft, why am I not just putting my energy into a PC?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys remember the Microsoft phone that they did?
Oh,
The
dude, I
Windows
do, I
Phone!
do.
I remember that.
I was like,
Yeah, the Win phone.
they've been trying to push the move to PC for a while now. Yeah, I remember that. Do you guys remember? Okay, so this is a weird thing that I caught on to. Do you guys remember when Atlas dropped the trailer at Summer Games Fest, I think, for Persona, like of the Persona games getting ports to other consoles, and it was specifically Xbox that was being shown. It was like Xbox and the Microsoft Store, I believe.
Yeah, because they wanted to
Yeah.
push for it because they knew how popular like Persona was, and it's the first time it's ever been on a Microsoft console.
Which is weird because I think Nintendo and Steam are the target demographic for that kind of thing. So it was just weird that they dropped the Xbox version of that announcement first, especially with it being Persona 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know.
the more I thought about it, I'm like, that's around the time they really started pushing Game Pass. Like, that's when Game Pass got like really big. And that was also around the time where I think information came out that like the Xbox was being made at a loss. I think that was also around the time where, I mean, it was just becoming clear that Xbox just has literally nothing going for it.
Yeah, it always felt like the shooter sports console is pretty true. Like, maybe it's got. I'm not gonna say that. That's actually pretty cringe. I was gonna say like, oh, it might be because it's the only one of the main consoles nowadays being produced in the West, but you could argue that maybe has something to do with it. But it's definitely like it's like the Chad bro like normie console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like it's got the best like ease of use. You know what I mean? I feel like one thing I'll give Xbox is I think they've always had the best user interface. Because it's really easy to like. Everybody's made friends on Xbox Live. You know. But I feel like they're kind of losing the race now because of the fact that like they don't have any big like flagship first party series to rally behind, you know?
Seeing
Yeah,
sales for
like-
Xbox consoles in Japan is really funny. Yeah, Japan doesn't like Xbox at all. I mean, Xbox
No.
literally does not have anything that would appeal to them. So
Is he
Yeah,
like,
right.
What does Microsoft make in house? Like Gears of War, Forza.
Yeah, Gears of War, Forza, wahoo! What else?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even count this as in-house anymore, but I mean, I guess you can count Bethesda now since they bought them, but it's not even really in-house. It's just another
Yeah.
company that they bought. So I'm like,
And
oh no.
going back to Lenny's point about Xbox being like the dude bro normie console, because I remember in like the
Halo? Oh, yeah.
360 era
Oh.
when COD was like the big thing, like they had an exclusivity deal so that DLCs would come out early on Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I completely forgot about that.
And then they
Yeah.
swapped to PlayStation exclusivity.
Yep.
Weird.
That's the other thing is like the gap only gets wider because like as like Xbox falls behind more and more, like all of the people who would normally go for like like multi-brand deals with like they would do like universal launch on both consoles. Now a lot of days like a lot more people are like exclusively partnering with Sony when they produce their stuff.
Yeah.
So like they're losing out on more allies.
They were getting grilled by
Yeah.
chat. We were getting grilled by chat for not mentioning Halo. Caught.
I mean, dude, like I love Halo, the old ones, but like Halo hasn't been good since like 2013. So like, why
Hasn't
the
been
fuck
good
do I
since
care?
Reach.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, what do they make anymore? Like, what do they do? Like, what is the goal of the Xbox at this point?
What do they
And I don't
even
even.
do?
What do they
It's
even
to sell
do?
copies of 2K and FIFA.
Sure.
Like that's about all I got, bro. Like I feel like the most of the user base is like really about the brand loyalty, and they want to fucking stick it to Sony
Yeah.
big time.
Because let's be honest, I mean, Xbox only ever truly stuck out during the 360 era. I don't think the original Xbox was like it. It was
I mean,
it was new, but let's
mean,
really be
the
honest. The
original
Xbox
Xbox with Halo 2 like defined online gaming as a whole.
it did, but I think like everything beyond the 360 has just been an actual wet fart.
No, pretty much.
I mean, even
even
the
then,
original Xbox, it was just kind of Halo, and that was it.
Yeah, kind of like I said, I feel like the Xbox has always sort of been held up like less so by its games and more so by like its features, which is really bad. Like a lot of people bought the 360 because they thought the Kinect was going to be the coolest thing ever, and then it was a
Right.
disappointment. And they sticked with it because the 360 still had a bunch of pretty good features. But like the games themselves are never doing it for people. A lot of people like who get an Xbox, they're playing games that you can still get on other platforms.
OG Xbox has a couple decent rare titles, I guess, but I mean,
Yeah,
we never really
the only one I can
mentioned
think of
anybody.
is I can only think of Jet Set Radio Future. That's the
Yeah.
only like Xbox title I care about.
Yeah, it's just kind of bizarre. I was also gonna mention as well. I think the more so going back to the big N, right?
Yeah.
So what really kind of got to me was how fucking vague and tiptoeing Nintendo has been this whole like time. So if you guys remember around like the Switch Direct and how like people were like fucking confused on whether or not the games would be 90 or 80 or $90 depending on if it was physical or not. Granted, some of that falls back on people just being idiots and not knowing how European pricing works. But
Yeah.
even still, like Nintendo didn't really say anything to clarify that. They didn't show the price of the console in the Direct. And when they did reveal the price, they went back and went, oh, actually, the tariffs may affect this. Da-da-da-da-da. And then they came back and like, oh, actually, no. The 450 price was actually always in mind, and it could go higher depending on how the tariff situation goes. So we could get a more expensive Switch 2 if you don't buy it now. They're literally trying to get you into do FOMO. They're literally like, hey,
Yeah.
this could increase in price because of the tariff, so buy it at launch. Isn't that fucking crazy to think about?
Seems absolutely like ludicrously shady. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm actually going schizo the more I think about it.
I feel like they didn't like bother talking about the pricing during the first Direct at all because they knew people would be mad.
Right. And then you have Doug Bowser over here, where
If you want
where they're
I didn't
like
even know that.
talking about variable pricing. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You like they make it sound like they make it sound like, oh, this is a good thing actually, because games, like, technically, like, if we're to go in a vacuum, yes, variable pricing is a good thing on paper, but let's be honest, that's not up for us to decide.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another good point, by the way. For additional FOMO, the Mario Kart bundle, that's like a significantly better deal for the console, is not being produced after fall.
Right. And
Oh,
by the way, that's a
wonderful.
fucking lie, because they do that shit all the time, because they're gonna make another Mario Kart bundle. They always have made
there's gonna
constant
be a bundle
bundles.
for Black Friday.
There's going to be a Black Friday bundle. There's going to be a holiday bundle. There's going to be a bundle next year. And
There's
it's
gonna
so
be
fucking
special
gross.
editions.
There's literally no reason not to bundle the game in with the Switch. They're only doing that to be like, oh, hey guys, by the way, we're only doing this for a limited time. Even though every other bundle they've had, Mario Kart has always been included with it. If we're like going back to like the Wii U, that was like the big seller was that bundle. If we go to the Switch constantly had bundles of either Mario Kart or like Mario Odyssey or something. You know what I mean?
It was always
never
like
stopped.
a Switch, Mario Kart, and like a year of Switch Online. For the
Right.
same price as a Switch, like, or a little bit more. Like, whatever.
Let me see if you want. Maybe I'll just have PC mass ratio. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm just a PC mass ratio, but is there really any reason to get a console where you can get a PC or a laptop? I think there is a argument to be made that consoles are made for ease of use. Like, it's very easy to, like, they're very convenient. And for like the average person, the entry cost is gonna be lower on average. I mean, I can tell people, I can be like, you can build a PC that'll last you much longer and be able to run basically anything. You don't have to just stick to that console's exclusives. It'll run basically anything. I can tell them that, but that upfront cost and the fact that, some people just don't want to deal with that, that's totally fine. So I think like there is a justification for consoles. I just don't think there's a justification for multiple consoles at this point, especially when you have crossplay.
Yeah, I would agree. I just recently got my hands on a PS5, and that's going to be the only current gen thing I buy. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like, I think by next generation, we might have hit the point where consoles are going to be no longer worth it across the board, low key. That's kind of the theory I'm working under right now, because we've been getting diminishing returns on consoles for a while now, I feel like.
Yeah. Like, we can only do so much with graphics, especially now. Like, what's the big selling point for graphics cards now? Frame generation?
Yeah. I have a 5070 Ti and I love it, but
Like,
I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit about your frame
why do I
generation, dude.
want my computer to make fake frames for me? Just
Right.
make the real frame, hello?
And it's kind of crazy because when you think about, I mean, this is going to kind of peel into the PC market too. Because I mean, this is kind of also gaming adjacent. But have you guys noticed ever since the 50 series came out, you can still find 30 cards easily, but you cannot find 40 cards. And you want to know the reason why?
I don't know anything about this. Go ahead and tell me.
The 50 series on average is not that much of a bump from the 40 series. So I think at this point, NVIDIA is just phasing out the 40 series and keeping the 50s on stock because they know people are either not going to upgrade to the 50s or they're going to try and find 40s at a lower price. So they're kind of fizzling them out of the market.
Yeah.
Because of the fact
that. I love manufacturing scarcity.
Yeah.
I love planned obsolescence.
Don't get me wrong. There is a power bump in the 50s, but it's not so much that it's worth upgrading. And I find that so fucking funny.
Yeah, dude. Like,
the only reason I upgraded is because
yeah.
I had a 3060, so like a 5070 Ti is a massive increase for me.
Yeah.
Like, I won't have to upgrade for a few years. I still have a 3070, and that's overkill for most of the games I play.
Right. It's ridiculous. But as far as like graphics go, I was gonna say as well, another reason why gaming is gonna become unsustainable as a just as a market is because game companies keep sinking time into graphics. They're like, ooh, the wind blows the grass in a very methodical and reactive way, and the snow it morphs with your character's movement. I'm like, okay, but like,
If I wanted to see that, I just go outside.
yeah,
Guys, look at the light refraction. You can see every single shade of the sun's light varying on different objects. Isn't this what you wanted?
Though they have to make games look so lifelike for the people that just never go outside.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the average gamer. Be for real.
Hey, if you're a real gamer, bro, you want to fucking like stay inside all day and then also play games that take you out of reality still and just become a schizo.
Yeah, true. That's
dream.
you, by the way.
Yeah, it's the dream.
But I was gonna say, but like the point is, it's just like we're putting so much time into making the biggest open world and all these like reactive lighting and these little things that make no sense, but they're pouring so much money in development time into making that shit that it's like what. Like the problem isn't us. The problem isn't the tariffs. The problem isn't that game development is too expensive. You are making it more expensive. It is your fault because you're including a bunch of shit that people don't care about. The only people who care are the lowest common denominator.
We don't need like $100 billion, like 8+ year long dev cycles for every game.
That's
like,
cool
bro,
and all, but I got a mech fight in Xenogears, so who's really fucking winning?
You can see grass in 4K. I got anime cutscene in my JRPG from '98. Shit chugging at 20 FPS. Like, it's like consumer brain rot, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, if people think that more stuff, more features, plus bigger numbers equals better product, always.
Graphics are overrated. We've been playing so much Mario 64 this past couple days, dude.
I fucking love Mario 64. Dude, the Isimo literally told me that you were playing Mario 64 co-op. Play that shit with me, bro. I love Mario 64.
It is so fun.
The graphics are overrated. I've been playing Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky
True.
on Wii U Virtual Console.
Base. Not Wii U Virtual Console type based, but like based.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lenny, I was gonna say I have Blue Archive mods installed in that game.
Huge.
I keep seeing Miku mods for like the Mario 64 PC ports. Like, oh my god,
bro! People will put Miku in any video game.
So you never played Mario 64, dude? I DM me anyway.
Welcome to the club. I've never played 64 either. I played 64 DS, never 64 base.
I was trying to get Jirachi to play, and she was like, "I just had so many games to play."
I'm sorry. I want to play Galaxy 2.
Listen. All I'm saying is Mario 64 multiplayer. We could beat that shit in like 2 hours.
On goodness, bro. I used to do 0-star speedruns, bro. We'll BLJ through the Bowser Gate. No biggie.
But no, yeah, no, it's been super fun. I've never been a person who cares about graphical fidelity at all, really. I mean, if you have an art style that appeals to me and your gameplay is fun, then I will check out your game. I'm
in that same boat.
I was gonna say Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves. I've been interested in that game because I'm like, oh, this looks pretty full. The gameplay looks pretty fun. I mean, it's not the best looking fighting game ever, but I mean, it has a cool, like, pen and inkish like art style that I think looks sick. And I'm like, I'd be down to try it. And I just,
Mm-hmm. You should, by the way. A lot of us are on it right now.
I know. I mean, my big problem with fighting games is I buy in on the initial hype and then I stop playing the game. And I'm also afraid that the game will just stop existing after like 3 months.
Yeah, I got you. City of the Wolves at least has a good like half a year in it because of the $1 million pop bonus.
Yeah. Also, imagine how much more Persona 5 is a PS3 game, and look how good even that version looks. Yeah, true.
Yeah, right.
The models look ugly as shit after playing Persona 3 Reload, but I think the game overall looks really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at Mario Galaxy. I was still blown away by that game, and that game came out in 2007.
I love Mario Galaxy.
I mean, we literally brought up Mario 64 earlier too. Like, that's one of the most revered video games of all time. Still one of my favorite games of all time, purely because even though it looks like fucking Lego bullshit because of the low res textures, like the gameplay is fucking timeless.
I think it has like a weird charm to it, like little scrunkly Mario.
Yeah, little creature Mario.
I'm very biased towards the N64 because it was a big part of my childhood. That console was also kind of a flop, but I love it dearly.
Yeah, it kind of was. X64 actually has no games, by the way. People are lying.
Yeah, dude, that shit might be the most like no games console of all time.
Unlimited games, but no games.
I think there are like
Actually.
less than 10 good N64 games. I'm not kidding.
What else? I was gonna bring up the Wii because I was like, the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't think the Wii really had that many good games either.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we talked about this before.
Or
like,
okay,
well,
let me phrase it this way.
Yeah,
I think the Wii has good games, but its problem is that they don't age too well in the control scheme because they all require motion a lot of the time. And I think that cuts like the replayability of a lot of games in half because of the reliance on motion control. So it's like you have like a big chunk of good games and then take out all of the ones that rely on motion, and now you're stuck with like a little handful of games that'll, you can go back and just play at any time.
Yeah, I think there's also like a subcategory, at least to me, of Wii games that are allowed to get a pass on the motion controls because they do it in a way that's not intrusive, if you get what I mean. Games like Mario Galaxy or Sonic and the Black Knight, where essentially they just treat like waggling the Wiimote as an extra button press.
All right, let's not guess on Black Knight here.
Dude, I still like that game. I really don't give a fuck. It's fun.
I need to play Black Knight.
It's good. Don't listen to her.
It's so funny that game killed the series.
It didn't though. That's literally not true.
Well, no, it killed the storybook series. It killed the storybook series. It's so fucking funny because Secret Rings, that game is objectively worse than Black Knight, but it sold better and it had better reception than Black Knight. And Black Knight got worse critical reception and sold worse. It killed the storybook series.
People don't like Sonic with a sword.
That shit was so funny.
Look, the things that you're bringing up are not true, or they're not like untrue. I'm not going to deny them. I'm simply going to claim that the storybook series was dead on arrival, so it doesn't matter.
You can't just be like, well, it was always bad. You can't just do that.
No. Yes, I totally can. I totally can, because nobody gave a fuck about Secret Rings. Everybody knows that game's dog shit. So when you find out that there's a sequel to
Make
it, of course
Believe Reborn! Hear that shit every 5 minutes, dude.
Dude, it's a good song. Dude, I love how once per podcast, dude, the Sonic tangents are gonna get even worse now that now that Jirachi's here.
Oh,
you can call me Cosmia, by the way.
Cosme.
Okay.
Cosmia.
But yeah, with the third member who's also a Sonic fan, the tangents are just gonna get even worse.
Yeah. I was God, did you see that tweet? Did you see the tweet that someone posted about Sonic X Shadow Generations, that cutscene of like the Sonic versus Shadow fight, and they just had the Roger Craig Smith dub of like the Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza thing.
Oh,
Sonic's dialogue. That shit was so fucking funny. That shit was so funny.
I just love hearing Roger Craig Smith in like other media because it's just Sonic sometimes.
Yeah, man. People were editing. Pizza. People were like drawing and editing Sonic over like, I think clips of him narrating like some like Bachelor-esque dating show. Or no, it was
because his Sonic voice is just his voice sometimes.
Oh yeah, it is. It totally is. Well, because that dude, that was like most of the roles he got. He has a really good voice for like commercials and stuff. That was always what he primarily did before he got Sonic.
Dude, it was so funny. I was watching. I you know me. I'm a big Regular Show fan. So anytime an NPC talks, I just hear Roger, and it's like, dude.
Yeah, he's like every random character in that show.
He is.
Those apple fritters were double glazed by mistake.
No, those apple fritters were double glazed by mistake.
Oh my god.
They're not safe for human consumption.
Why did he say that?
Dude, I don't know.
Oh god, I love that man.
Great at General VO. Yeah. He's he's really good at like taking direction. He's I'm always surprised whenever I see like a character in like a TV show or something that I'm not able to immediately tell is him. Like I didn't know for years that he was what the fuck was his name? The blonde dude in the Akatsuki from Naruto with all the fucking clay bombs. His name is escaping me right now.
My Naruto lore is not very high.
Yeah, right.
My Naruto lore is not there.
I should be the one who knows this, but I'm blanking because I'm a tard. But You guys know who I'm talking about if you know Naruto. He's that guy's fucking Sonic, and that's fucking really funny. Oh,
God.
dude.
You're just like, oh my god, that's Sonic the Hedgehog. You just point to any Roger character, or you're just like, oh my god, it's Sonic. And
Dude,
it's like, that's not what I'm called.
I do that with all 3 of his voice actors, bro. I love being like, that's Sonic, that's Sonic.
Oh, all right, Jump, that's Sonic. Not what I'm called. Oh, Jason, that's Sonic. Not what I'm called. Oh man, anyway. Speaking
Actually,
of, yeah.
On the subject of Sonic, may I ask you too what your favorite Sonic games are?
You know, we can actually make a tier list on this at another day, all 3 of us. But
Ooh,
if
yeah.
I will give you like 3 Sonic games that I really like. Yeah, I would say Sonic Mania, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Unleashed.
I'll do the same thing because I can break this down super easy. I've made many a Sonic tier list in my day. Sonic Adventure 2 is the best non-boost game in 3D. Sonic Unleashed is the best boost game, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the best 2D game.
I don't really like Sonic 3 and Knuckles that much. Like, I like it, but I don't like it that much.
I don't know. I just
find Mania just more fun personally.
No, Mania got better like overall gameplay because of the drop dash, but the one thing that saves 3 and Knuckles for me is there's not a single level that I don't like in the whole game, which is very rare for me.
I can think of a handful of levels I don't like from that game.
I'm assuming Sandopolis is up there.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's easy.
I love Sandopolis. It's still fun to me. I don't know. I've always been an apologist for the levels in 2D Sonic where you have to go slow. I've never been bothered by them.
Sonic Pinball 1, I don't give a fuck.
Yo, Sonic
Sonic
Pinball!
Pinball!
That game's so ass, dude.
Sonic Chronicles, you got, dude. Where's that one song that goes like, bing, ding, 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 bing.
Oh, the Sonic Eraser song. There's like a metal pipe.
Oh my god, that's one of the only Sonic games to this day I've never played, and I don't think I ever will. Probably.
Hold on, let me find it.
I mean,
Maybe I can find the song.
Actual penis music, yeah.
yeah.
Hold on.
It's a shame because I feel like based on all the Newgrounds Flash games out there, I feel like a
Yes.
Sonic RPG could be cool.
Why does it sound like that?
I don't know.
Music
I don't know.
sucks.
But every song is like the same kind of like MIDI tone garbage in that game.
They
It's
were
really
supposed
bad.
to have an original soundtrack for Chronicles, but because of time constraints, they ended up having to use like MIDI files of other songs in the
This shit goes
series.
so hard, dude.
Dude, how the fuck do you release your game with an unfinished soundtrack? That's like one of the worst possible things you could leave unfinished.
They just
Listen,
had the time crunch, I guess.
could you guys imagine Sonic Boom getting released with like no soundtrack and it's just like a bunch of MIDI shit?
And then just the characters talking on top of it.
Dude,
Whoa, ramps! We can use these as ramps!
How do you know that?
Bounce pad.
Because I played Sonic Boom. I had to hear it for however many hours.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Bounce pad!
Bounce pad.
Well, I guess I never actually told you two. I asked you two your favorites. I never told you my favorites.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
your favorite?
what are they?
Heroes
Okay,
is my favorite in the series.
I'll validate. I'll vouch for that.
Then-
I'll vouch for that.
Then I like Colors, both Wii and DS versions. The DS version of Colors is very good.
They're gonna
I
turn
stand by
Tails
that.
into a robot. That's horrible.
Horrible.
You're
Oh
right,
my
by the
god,
way.
lost.
DS Colors is not only good, it's also better than Wii.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was. Hold on. Let Cosme speak.
Go ahead.
And then I guess like third would be Generations or Mania. I don't know. I need to replay Sonic because I haven't played them in forever. The most recent one I've played was Lost World.
They're gonna turn Tails
Oh.
into a robot. That's horrible.
Dude.
I'm supposed to be the
supposed to be the
fastest,
fastest,
but I'm
but I
too
was
slow to save my buddy. I love how we all said this shit.
Yeah. God, dude, that
The
game's got
the
so
one
much meme
memorable thing
dialogue.
from Lost World.
Fucking hate
Yeah.
that game.
God, that game's
It's
some
like-
ass.
It's a Saturday morning. It's the perfect epitome of a Saturday morning cartoon.
It is, but it's like
Pretty much.
it's
yeah.
like that, but unironically.
Yeah, they're like still expecting you to take it seriously.
They have
I like
to take this guy seriously. He's just chasing after a sandwich. He's swinging at Sonic with a sandwich.
I like
How am I supposed to
Zaz.
take this seriously?
Zaz is funny.
He was
Oh
so
my
funny.
God,
They put him.
Zaz.
They put him in Sonic
They put him in
Crossworlds.
Sonic Dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put him in that too.
about pounding his sorry blue butt.
I'm like, damn. Okay.
Damn.
I know you got down like that.
Jeez. Guys, you want to just talk about Sonic for the rest of the podcast?
No, I gotta Doom post more.
Yeah. Okay. So, where were we?
So, I was also gonna mention not only like the pricing, but I was also gonna mention Joy-Con drift. They literally gave a non-answer to that. They asked like someone, I think it was like in an interview, they asked if like Joy-Con drift would be like fixed or anything like that.
Yeah,
and
they were like, "That's not real."
They basically just said, "Oh yeah, these Joy-Cons are built from the ground up, specifically made for the Switch 2." And I'm like, okay, that's a non-answer, but okay.
Yeah.
Avoiding the question.
Okay.
Also, like the whole thing between like digital game carts and physical carts, I can go into a whole rabbit hole about that shit and why that's awful.
Ooh.
What do you mean
And-
digital game cards?
Oh, you don't know?
I do
Oh,
not.
the
I don't,
virtual
dude,
game
you gotta
cards.
remember, I hella
The
don't
new
pay attention to
update.
Nintendo.
Okay. So there's digital game cards, which are basically they're like pseudo physical, right? So like they don't have the actual data on the card. It's basically just a hunk of plastic with a key for you to download and play the game. You can resell it if you want to because it still technically has the game on there. It's just a key. But as far as like the actual data for the game, it's not on there. So for what like pretty much it's intentionally made to be as confusing as possible so that they drive more digital sales essentially.
Yeah.
You will
like,
own nothing
I was gonna
and you will
say,
be happy.
what the fuck is? I was just thinking, like, what the fuck is even the point of that? Like,
And now
I guess it literally is just to increase digital sales.
And now they also basically have a monopoly on physical cards too, because I don't know if you, Cosme, I don't know if you've seen any information about how like expensive like the physical cards are, especially like the 64
They're
gigabytes and shit.
expensive.
And basically,
And now
so basically they have these hunks of plastic that really don't cost anything to develop because they only hold a key, or you have to pay to put the game natively on the cart. Well, what's going to happen is you'll get third-party devs who will be like, okay, well, I have literally zero reason to put my game on a physical cartridge because it's going to cost me more to do so.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
insane.
Like, who's gonna buy that? Like, who's gonna buy that is all I'm thinking about.
Not knowers, because it's if you couldn't tell already, people were already like at the launch, they did such a horrible job at explaining the difference between a digital and a physical game cart, as well as like just like straight up digital games and whatnot, that people were so confused they thought like physical carts were completely gone. And granted, the box art does show hello Vision, welcome back. The box art does show if it's like a digital game cart version of the game and not like a physical
it has just
cartridge,
a giant banner on the bottom saying it's a game key card.
but
Jesus.
but the average person isn't going to know what the difference between those are. They're just going to think, oh, this is the game.
Yeah, right.
It's just
Like-
there
Yeah.
to drive digital sales.
And I guess for a lot of people, like, it really doesn't matter to them, right? Like, the differences will end there, like, because they're like, oh, I'm still getting the game, but like, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's just like it's a key. Like that key can go offline at any moment. Like
Yeah, what if once the eShop dies, all those game key cards are useless?
Yeah, right. So like, whatever product they don't move is going to become dead weight as well. So like, they want you to buy
basically
it as
just a
soon as
hunk of
possible.
plastic. And I was gonna say
Yeah.
too, apparently, you used to be able to like, I've never done it on Switch, but you used to be able to like game share your games essentially and have like at least two people simultaneously play the game.
Yeah, because
Oh,
have
yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And then they like mess it up with the virtual game cards.
well, not even that. Apparently, they updated the Switch 1 to not allow you to do that method anymore.
Yeah, because the Switch 2 just shares the Switch 1's firmware.
But when you
Yeah.
but then you put it in a perspective like this. Then you think about the fact that you can move your your profile data. You can move that over to the Switch 2, but you can't move it back to the Switch 1. So even though the two consoles are basically running the same firmware, you can't go back and like if you want to like hand your Switch down to somebody, like they have to start
Yeah,
that
they gotta
whole library over.
Oh my god, nice, dude. Fucking, you migrate to the new console and the old one basically just becomes garbage that
Yeah.
you can't even like repurpose.
Yay!
God, bro. And
It's
people
sad.
buy things from this company still. Fuck me.
I'm glad my Switch 1 is permanently moddable.
Yeah,
W. That's literally the only thing that Nintendo consoles are good for. They're all made like shit and easy to mod.
I have a Splatoon 3 edition Switch, the OLED, and then I have my original launch Switch. So,
I have my 2018 Switch still.
God, I'm so excited for the Switch 2 to have a redacted day one. True.
Yeah,
I don't condone that, by the way.
I do fully. I don't give a fuck.
You have no legal ground to stand on. Shush.
But we don't. They don't even know what we're talking about. It was just you said redacted. So for all you know, I could be condoning kissing puppies.
The judge looking at my chat. What is this? What does
Apparently
the
they're
E word
gonna
say?
have a better system for modding on the Switch 2. Yeah, if they catch you modding your Switch 2, they're just gonna remote ban your console.
Yeah,
Like,
they
always
will
do.
basically
Yeah.
just break your console if you do literally anything to it. So you don't actually own the you don't own the hardware, by the way. They have
No, people
updated the TOS. They have upgraded the EULA to basically say if you literally do anything with this Switch that isn't just using it to play games, they're just gonna brick the system.
Yeah, nuke your shit from home base.
I mean, console bans have existed as long as online has.
I'm desoldering the network card.
No.
That's fucking awesome.
How convenient! I'm getting knocks on my door. Yeah, who could that be?
that
be?
ninjas. The big ends ninjas have come for you.
Jesus.
The worst part is it's not even like a joke anymore. It's like
Not really. No, the Nintendo ninjas
they're
will
real.
actually get you.
Yeah,
They're fucking they're waiting, bro. Waiting and watching.
I can't wait to get my channel banned because Nintendo thought I was like streaming a cheated version of a game. Like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
that? Did you guys see the controversy with Picora and her shiny hunt for Mew?
I did. I heard about that.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the exact details.
Like basically she was doing really old like distributed content for Pokemon Emerald, a fucking old ass game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And,
it was the old C map to go find Mew.
Yeah, and she actually, if I remember correctly, she got the stuff like mailed to her to do, because you had to have like, I think it was like one of the e-reader things for the Game Boy Advance,
Right.
to access it, and she got the shit to do it mailed to her by a fan. But since the thing is so old and inaccessible, Nintendo was like, you have to be modding this, and they fucking nuked it.
That's crazy.
Using a cheated cartridge. Like, who cares? This
Yeah.
game came out 23 years ago.
Not to mention, you can't even fucking prove it. You're just speculating.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they nuked her stream for that, for fucking something they couldn't even prove because they're Nintendo, so they can do whatever they want.
And Covercore even had to make a whole statement about it.
Shit was crazy, dude.
It's also just really sad because it's like Nintendo purposefully tightens the binds between, like, they take the legality so tightly, like they tightly knit the legality to things that it's literally impossible to fight them over anything you do.
Yeah, they're so protective
Yeah.
of their IPs. Like
They
come
have it down
on,
to a
this is
T. Like
literally
any corner you
this is
turn,
free publicity.
like any
Yeah,
corner you
it's
turn, you
crazy.
can be like, this game came out, like 30 odd years ago, and then they'll still be like, well, legally you can't do that, so you're basically fucked regardless, because yes, by law they're in the right. even though it shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, and people still give them their money, and it's like I just can't fucking imagine why when they do shit like this to people who are like they're literally doing this to fans. Like people do this stuff and stream their games and do all this shit that gets them in trouble with the company because they like the games and they just don't even care.
I saw Lonely Goomba just tweeted. He said, "I'm not that hyped for Mario Kart World. It's weird. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it looks that good, but I'm sort of in the mindset that Nintendo aren't gonna mess it up. So I have a weird sense of faith in it'll, weird sense of faith that it'll end up great. I'm kind of like that too. I'm like, the more I like look at this game, the more I'm like, dude, I don't care.
Well, yeah, it's like because I feel like we're reaching a point where everybody is getting a little disenfranchised with the company, but we also know Nintendo doesn't really make bad games. So like,
But
you
I
know,
don't
it's
really-
probably gonna be
What they
good.
want. Their games are still amazing.
I don't really know what it is about Mario Kart World. That's just like it feels like it's missing something.
I mean, it doesn't have the the Mario Kart 8 gravity mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has
but
like
I'm not.
parkour mechanics now. You can ride on walls, but it's not
Yeah,
anti-grav.
I don't really care about anti-gravity. So I mean, it's merely slight. It's like a slightly cosmetic change. It doesn't really do a whole lot. So I mean, it's fine, especially when
I'm
you
just
have
trying
like.
to. Mhm.
But I mean, just
I
like
like
in
anti-grav
this.
because it made the course designs cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you think is missing exactly.
Like the fact that it's like $80, like the gameplay itself, it doesn't. The courses look very boring. They're
It's
just
missing Funky Kong. Actually, true.
true.
Biggest
By the
problem
way,
with
it
the
is
game.
missing Funky Kong.
Yeah.
What is it? Like a lot of the courses that I'm looking at, it's just like they're just big open road. And I'm just like, dude, this doesn't look fun.
It's like the open road racing and Grand Prix are cool, but I like Mario Kart because I like the courses. I don't want to be like driving on a regular road. If I want to do that, I'm gonna just get behind the wheel.
Oh, get behind the wheel or
Jesus
play
Christ.
Forza.
The open world disease has officially hit racing games. It's over.
Yeah, ironically, yeah. Like I don't think it'll be bad. I think it'll be good. I'm just like, what
yeah, it'll
about
be
this game
fine.
justifies $80?
Yeah, see, the
Plus,
chat is sharing the same sentiment. It's like the open world is fine for a lot of games, but it's got nothing to do with Mario Kart, and like it has no place. Too much for what
Plus,
it
it's
is.
like-
Yeah.
Plus, like, just going off of pricing, for 110 Canadian dollars, I could go buy Mario Kart World, or I could go buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the DLC.
That too. That too. I used to love open world games, but they're just oversaturated. That's also true. I think that's a
Everyone's
common opinion.
yeah, everyone's doing like open world. It's kind of lame.
I mean, I never really cared for open world. My biggest like the open worlds that I like are the ones that are condensed to where it's like you have a lot of stuff going on in an open area, but it's not like a massive open world with just drought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like let's say like Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, Sunshine, like that's the kind of open world that I like, where it's like it's a big open area, like a big playground for you to like
yeah, like
run around in.
like the open zone in Sonic.
Sonic, I don't like Frontiers. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that game, but I think the open zone has potential, but it falls into the same trap of just being like a lot of nothing. There's just
Well, yeah,
nothing going
there has
on.
to be stuff to do. Like I think, you know, a better example of something like that in a Sonic game is like Sonic Adventure 1, where like, you know, the like Station Square and the hub worlds, like they serve as a place you go to like run around and like access all of the actual playable levels. And then on top of that, there's like fun little extra things to do, or like you can go to the Chow Garden, you can like fuck around with the NPCs and do little mini games around the city.
Why don't you try going
Like-
to the casino?
Yeah,
I think
let's go
there's a
gambling.
difference between
Wait,
like the open world like giving you like a place to access the levels versus the open world being the level when there's nothing in there.
Yeah, and that's why I could never get into things like hot it's why I couldn't get into things like Skyrim, for example, because like I'm sure like the game is super fun, but to me I'm just like, dude, I'd just be wandering around, just kind of, I don't know, like there's definitely stuff to do in Skyrim, but to me I'm just like, that's a lot of land to just walk around, and it's just like there's a lot
Yeah.
of dead
Like-
dead space.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Did it,
wow, this game's awesome. I just don't do open worlds like that. It's not for me.
Which,
I
like,
like
granted,
open
yeah.
world, but Skyrim didn't work for me for some reason.
I was gonna say, like, that's just a case of like it not being for me. But
Hmm.
I think the general consensus for open world nowadays is just literally a big world with nothing to do with it. You get a couple things here and there, and then you keep going. And
And it's like, oh, here's a cool
Skyrim feels
like a cool
small.
photo
Yeah, I
spot
mean,
or
I would say
something.
Skyrim is like a pretty small game nowadays, especially. But I don't
Hmm.
know. Open world has just never sat with me the same way that it does for everyone else. Like my open world is like a condensed playground with like many different, playgrounds to meddle around with.
Yeah. Do we think there's like an important distinction to make between like open world and sandbox? Because I feel like what you're talking about might be more akin to sandbox, right?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Yeah, I kind of feel you. Like, it just feels better when there's focus. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the only games off of like the top of my head that I can think of recently that I've played that did it right was I just beat Spider-Man 2 recently on the PS5.
Ooh.
And that game did open world well because one, traversing the world is actually insanely fun on its own
And
because you're
two,
Spider-Man.
because it's fucking
It's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so like you're already at a big advantage because you get to interact by moving around the world in a way that's fun with the swinging and stuff.
Mhm.
But then on top of that, the place is filled with things to actually do that aren't related to the main story. There's like collectibles to find and missions to do, entire separate side stories you can play that have no impact on the plot, but they're there for you to do them if you want more character stuff. Like the world actually serves like a purpose and there's things to do
Right.
instead of the devs just going, look, it's big and open. Isn't that so? Don't we have such good scope? Isn't that epic?
Right. Look at our scale,
Yeah.
guys.
It's actually
We spent $300 billion on this.
Please look.
Do you see this budget for Spider-Man 2, Lanny?
Dude, it was a fuckload, wasn't it?
It was absurd.
Yeah, dude. That game was really good, though. I can't lie. At least for me, it lived up to the hype. But I know some people have mixed thoughts on it.
I still need to play that. I still need to play the original Spider-Man and Miles Morales, and then I can go
Mhm.
into.
I need to play them at all.
They're all really good. I think you should play them all.
I
Both
have
of you.
them.
They're great.
I have my. I have. Them
I would
on my
actually
PC.
love to.
I have them on my PC. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta love Spider-Man, bro. Part of the big trifecta of autism.
no, I love Spider-Man.
Yep.
I love Spider-Man.
So cool. Nothing sacred than just like going super fast, swinging through buildings like it's nothing. Like, oh my
Literally.
god, it just feels so cool.
Right?
That's also why I like Sonic, because I'm like, dude, I get to get like super fast in this like big
Oh, yeah.
like area. I'm just like going like super fast through like this world and shit, and like it is just very fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's like a very base human appeal somehow. Like the ability to go fast is just something that like is so universally appealing.
It's like being able, like, like the feeling of being strong. Like insane, like physical strength. Or, going fast or being smart.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're at a point now with games though where I think at some point devs have to realize that making everything bigger is not going to help the situation, and the more money you throw at something, it's not it's not going to make it more sustainable.
Yeah.
You're just putting more air into the balloon and it'll eventually burst. Like it'll get bigger but it'll burst. So I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where the state of like the gaming industry kind of is, where it's like right now I'm not giving any money to Nintendo, but I'm like I'm really hoping this does not start trickling down to other like developers, because it's the thing where it's like monkey see monkey do. This dev's doing this, okay, we'll do it too. We're gonna keep pushing the boundary and see what more people what people are willing to put up with. And I think that's where my issue with Nintendo is right now, is like they're literally pushing the barrier to its limit to see how much they can get away with without people pushing back against them.
Yeah, unfortunately, my
Okay.
doomer take is that it probably will be a monkey see monkey do situation, because that's kind of what the record shows in general with the industry. Is like Nintendo does something, and if it's well received, then the other big companies are like, cool, we can do it too.
Well, no. So Nintendo is weirdly choreographed with it. They're not the ones who initiate on it, but they're the ones who analyze, look at the practice, and try to push it to its absolute limit. So, for example, they started with paid online during the Switch era. They kept it free for like a year just to see how people would, react to it. Got them used to it for about a year. Then eventually went, hey, we got to pay $20. Now it's only $20, but you do have to pay for it. People are not happy about that, but people are like, well, it's only $20. It's less than the competition. And now we're getting to the point where it's like, now if you want the bulk of features from Nintendo Online, you have to fork up like $50-$60 now for that. Not to mention they're adding GameCube to the expansion pass, and they haven't mentioned whether or not the GameCube is gonna keep the price the same for the online.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're seeing it with the Switch 2, where they're like, okay, we have this powerful console. It's not as strong as the competition, but it's very strong. And they're also like, okay, games are starting to push for $70. Let's push for $80 and see where that gets us, because it's Mario Kart. It's a brand new console. People love Mario Kart. And it's kind of ridiculous. Like, Nintendo doesn't really initiate on those practices, but they come in later trying to min-max those practices.
Well, that's more so what I meant, to be fair, because like they're the ones who, like you said, like push the envelope in terms of how the practices be done, right? Like, because the online stuff was like the perfect example, because like PSN and Xbox Live membership was something that Sony and Microsoft did first, but Nintendo was the one who like attempted to make it as like profitable and anti-consumer as possible. And now we're seeing them follow that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I do agree with you at the end of the day.
And it's the same thing with like the digital game cards. Where they're like, okay, those are trying to push for digital games. How can we manipulate this into driving digital game sales? Well, they came up with the digital game card thing, where they're like, oh, well, guys, it's like it's like pseudo physical. You can resell it. You can do this, but it's a game key, so it's basically just a hunk of plastic if for whatever reason the system gets bricked.
Yeah,
do
right.
anything with it.
I'm gonna chime in on this and say apparently for the game cards for the Switch 2, you can only do either a 64 gig card or a game key card.
Oh. Yeah.
So could you clarify that?
So basically they only have devs only have two options. They have to put their game on a 64 gigabyte card, or they have the option to not spend that $10 per 64 gigabyte card and just do it on a digital card for less money.
Yeah. Because the Switch...
Go ahead.
Because with the Switch 1, developers had like multiple sizes of the game cards to work with. It was like, I don't remember the specifics, but I think there's like a 8 gig card, like a 16 gig, 32. You get that. You get the idea. That's why some games on the box art, they said like internet download required, because they still had to download some of the game.
Right.
Because they didn't want to spend for the bigger card. So they took the smaller card, put what they could on there, and then made you download the rest.
And now it's like they only have one option, and it's get 64 gigs or do
it's either
digital.
go big or go digital.
Yeah, right. So they're like...
So for those games, like those smaller games, they literally don't have the option to go for like a cheaper alternative for putting their games physically on the card. They have to go digital if they want that cheaper option, or they have to give into the 64 gigabyte expense.
Yeah, so it's like either cost more to produce or use our like shitty alternative method that nobody is gonna like. I guess the big question that's looming over my head talking about all this is like, why do they want to drive more digital sales so bad?
You own nothing. That's basically it. They want to make They want to make the line between you owning it and you not owning it as blurry as possible, so that they have more control over things like let's just say a piracy, but also over whether or not, you know, you can play those games backwards compatible with other consoles, or if they can go towards future, like that kind of stuff, or and like how many ways it can make you rebuy it because it's not actually on the disc or cart.
So weird, bro. It's a little hard to
Plus-
wrap my head around, if I'm being honest.
You know, plus the focus on digital means that the company is taking 100% of your money instead of, say, like GameStop taking their share from the physical purchase.
That
if you buy
too.
digital, all of your money is going to Nintendo.
That too, by the
or
way,
to
you can't.
whatever studio.
That too, you can't buy digital products used. So
Yeah,
it also
right.
puts a hammer on reselling as well, or getting something at
yeah.
a better deal.
So I guess it's more profits for them overall, since you got to get it directly from the source more
Yep.
often now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's why companies are trying to drive digital sales so much, is because it directly goes, like, they literally earn all of it. There's no middleman
right.
there. Went to your local GameStop for the first time and seeing more merch and Funko Pops and physical games has made me sad, dude. I see more Funko Pops in merch than games at this point. I don't even see. I
Yeah,
don't see anything
they're
in there.
pop culture stores and not game stores anymore.
Well, yeah, because unfortunately games have transcended into pop culture now, and as people who have been playing games for like a long ass time, we just sort of have to deal with that now.
I think we
Video
should-
games. Go ahead.
We should blame. We have two culprits to blame: Genshin Impact and Animal Crossing.
Let's play both of them.
They both
I
came
don't
out
play either
during.
of those, so
They
can take
both
the fall.
came out during the pandemic. They both got a pandemic boost. And now we're at a point where, like, everyone and their mother is trying to get in on gaming.
I see what you're getting at. They brought all the non video gamers into the medium, and now they're fucking spreading like
Yeah.
poison and infecting all of the good games.
Man, if only Nintendo has some sort of store where you could purchase products directly from them. Well, that's not the thing. It's not that they have the digital storefront. It's that they only want you to purchase from their digital storefront. If that makes any sense
Yeah.
at all. Because when you have
Yeah.
a physical option and a digital option, well, physical, the pricing on that can be resold as like pre-owned or something like that at a lower price, and that means Nintendo doesn't get the money from those resold product. They want people to continuously only buy directly from them, because if they buy from a reseller, they don't get anything from that. That's why that's why it's not that, you know, they have a digital storefront. They only want you to purchase directly in their pockets one way or another.
Pretty crazy, dude. Retail stores used to be like the foundation of like video game sales, and now for all the dev companies, retailers are the enemy.
It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, pandemic.
That's why so many like brick and mortar stores are just going downhill, because it's like they don't make any profit anymore from a lot of these products.
Yeah, it's also a larger cultural thing. Like I've mentioned before, like in general, nobody wants to buy anything outside their house anymore.
Yeah. The whole
Yeah.
Temu craze, I hated that shit. Anytime I had someone come into my workplace and they go, well, there's fraud on my card. Well, I was buying from Temu, and I'm like, well, okay, well, here's the thing, stop buying from
Well,
Temu.
there's the issue.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how
I
that
keep
caught
getting
on.
Temu ads on my Instagram. It is so dumb because they keep showing me those like bizarre items.
It's so weird.
Yeah, dude, it's like Temu like turns shopping into gambling. It's really
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, it's just weird
it's
because
really
like
crazy.
I don't even know how they managed to get by as like an actual reliable retailer. Like, yes, they marketed themselves as being cheap, but it's not the same thing as like thrifting. It's just you're
No.
literally getting a bad product. You're literally getting what you're paying for.
Literally.
Dude, it's like the gas station of online shopping, you know what I mean? Like it's just like the convenience means so much to a lot of people. Cause like I don't know, people are just lazy, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But my gas station
They
actually has
are.
good food though, so
Yeah.
shout outs QT. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Dude, the gas station food be hitting sometimes.
Don't ever take me to a Casey's though. I will kill you if you take me to a Casey's.
You ever been to a Buc-ee's?
We actually don't have one. We're actually getting our first one here in the area.
Oh yeah.
I think it's actually the first one outside of, actually, or not. I don't remember.
There's well, because obviously the Texas is like the Buc-ee's hub, but there's like a couple other like southern states that'll have like a small handful of them, but it's still not very widespread. Like as a West Coaster, like Buc-ee's was really cool. Like because
So do you
I don't
have
know yet. No, I went to visit Artsy in her home state before she had moved over here to the West Coast.
Okay.
And we went to Buc-ee's and it was pretty cool. Like I was really shocked by all the shit that was going on in there. Like I've never seen so much.
Then yeah, what I saw about how Buc-ee's is moving, they're opening their first store outside of a southern state. It's gonna be in my state.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy. I was like, oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
You guys
Buc-ee's
get
really
cool
up there with
gas
Costco.
stations?
Good.
You guys get cool gas stations.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so. Like,
I mean,
it
I
depends on your
guess.
Well, it's like because I was gonna say Buc-ee's is up there with Costco as like one of the meccas of like consumerism.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like a big ass place where you can buy a bunch of shit, but it's still kind of cool.
That's part of the reason I
It is
actually
still-
go to.
Roasted beaver nuts.
That's kind of the reason I
Yeah.
don't go to
Plus,
Costco.
they got
Like, dude,
fresh made
I don't
barbecue
wanna
at
just
the
buy
gas
stuff.
station.
Yeah.
This podcast should be shown to the Canadian and U.S. government for
Canadian
peace
US government
talks.
for peace talks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm the Canadian mediator here.
All right, I hate to get political, but RT brought it up. So you guys saw the whole tariff situation go down, right? How China,
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
how
Yeah,
we and
yeah.
China both slashed our tariffs.
Yeah, bro.
And it's so funny because people are like, "Yeah, the United States, we won the war," and I'm like,
Part of the
"No, we
deal,
didn't."
baby.
China literally just decided to do nothing.
Yeah, well,
they
because
did nothing. The U.S. had to do it.
you guys actually know like what the full like 3-step plan with the tariff process is, like what the president says the actual end goal is, and this is like not bait, like for real. His plan is basically you incur the tariffs to force everything that comes in from another country, all the goods and like entertainment and stuff that we import, to cost drastically more so that people stop buying them. And then, the economy essentially like crashes itself. And then from that framework, you can build up like a new American only economy where we produce and sell our goods only within our own country for theoretically like a more secure economy. My question is, how the fuck do we get past step one? If part of your plan is literally crashing the economy on purpose, where do we go from there?
Yeah, this guy thinks the U.S. is a phoenix. Like, it's not gonna rise from the ashes. It's gonna stay dead.
Hold up, wait. You just made it sound cool. He's cooking.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. It's not even that this just affects the United States. This affects everybody. Like, it's literally a world terror of war. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are
Yeah,
we
bro.
doing?
Well, because like the U.S., China, like they're like the two pieces that are like pretty much the biggest people who incur like trade around the world with all the other countries. So like the second stuff gets disenfranchised with them and everybody else, like it is now, like we're seeing everything go topsy turvy in real time because like every country like has their goods and services kind of interconnected, and we're all networking with each other nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have like a spread effect on everybody.
Yeah.
You're right.
I also just find it really funny because this is going back to pricing. I love how many people, or how many like companies are hiding behind tariffs. They're like, well, guys, the tariffs are increasing price, so we have to do it too. And I'm like, you really don't. You can afford. You can afford it. You just want to use that as the shield, so people don't get mad at you and redirect it somewhere else.
Yeah, like definitely. Go ahead.
Like, I don't care about the tariffs, whatever, Nintendo of America. Why is my Switch 2 $630 Canadian dollars?
Woohoo! Yahoo! To play Super Mario.
Yeah,
and the bundle with World is $700.
Tariff-free pricing this weekend? Yeah, that's bait. That's super bait. Anybody who buys that, they got you, bro.
I can't even buy figures anymore, by the way, because Good Smile, what they'll do now, or no, not Good Smile. It may be Good Smile. They jacked up their shit because of tariffs. And this is before they even went into a full effect. What was I gonna say? So there's a figure site called Big Bad Toy Store, right? Where they basically get a lot of imports. Well, now they're like, well, here's the price of like the pre-order and all that, but this is pre-tariff. It's like pre-tariff something. So they're not even telling you what the price or the estimate would be if tariffs were put into effect. And I'm just like, why is there like 3 different prices now I have to worry about?
Bro.
I have to worry about
Yeah,
shipping, tax, and tariffs now? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you'll just find out how much you have to pay in tariffs when the item gets here. Otherwise, it gets sent back.
Christ. Came out with this shit right after they announced the new solo DK game.
I
No! My
No!
monkey.
Sail the 7 seas, brother.
And he looks so cute with the overalls. This guy.
If you
He
want DK,
does.
sail the 7 seas. Yar,
Well,
har, fiddle dee.
What do we think, guys? We've chatted for a while and we've complained a lot about how much everything costs. We've done our dues, I think. You guys good to end?
I think we're good to end.
I think so.
If only that was redacted.
I know. Look at that beam. No,
yeah, dude, I saw I think it was you, Top, saying you're a fan of dolphins. Those are a really cool animal. I like dolphins a lot as well.
I wonder why.
I love taking my dolphins on the go with me.
Evil ass animals, dude.
wait, true. That's actually what you were talking about. That's funny as fuck. I would totally be a dolphin if I got reincarnated into an animal.
There's no.
Real knowers know. Any marine biology fans in the chat?
I think this is a good spot to end it.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm ending this conversation. I'm ending this conversation.
Yeah, no.
I'm done.
It's
I've had it. I'm not letting any speak. I'm not letting any speak on this conversation. I'm not letting this one speak. Anyway, so I just want to thank Cosme or Cosmic Jirachi, whichever you guys want to call her, for coming on to the podcast. It's been a really fun time going back and forth with a little trifecta. It's been really fun. I was gonna say, apologize for missing a week last week because my throat was not goated.
Not goated.
Yeah, it was not goated.
This is so dark, sick, and twisted.
This is so dark, sick, and twisted. By the way, I don't think I explained this. I'm allergic to raw strawberries. I know, sad day.
Skill issue.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll probably be back to our regular schedule next week, which is going back to 7 p.m. CT, 8 p.m. ET, and I believe 6 p.m. No, it's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, if you guys decide that you want more of our shenanigans, feel free to follow. If you want to watch these live, if you want to see the VODs, they'll be on Lanny's channel at LannyVA on YouTube and on Twitter as well. And I believe if you want to follow Cosmic Jirachi, her channel is also at Cosmic Jirachi, like the Pokemon. And do you have a different
With an
Twitter
underscore
handle?
at the end. My Twitter handle?
Isn't it also Cosmic Jirachi?
Yeah, it's just Cosmic Jirachi.
No underscore?
No underscore.
Cool.
There you go.
Let me see if I can find you. Yep. Okay. I will link your Twitter.
Yay!
Go follow Cosmic Jirachi.
You know, I play a lot of cool games on stream. Smiles.
Go follow Lanny.
Yes. Tomorrow I'll be. If you follow me on Twitter, right there, you'll be seeing me tweet out another stream I'll be on every week. Me and my wonderful girlfriend RC the Second have been reading Umineko. So that's cool. I mostly fuck with visual novels. The visual novels and fighting games. That's basically all I do. I've got a fucking video on Tsukihime coming up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to learn about visual novels, come to my channel.
Yes, indeedy. That's a visual novel connoisseur. I've been actually getting on a little bit of a gaming kick now. So, who knows?
What if you played Splatoon with me?
I gotta set up my Switch. That requires me to set up my Switch and buy Nintendo Switch Online, by the way.
Hang on, I have a Switch family group. I'll just kick someone out that I haven't talked to in 5 years and we'll put you in.
But no, I mean, aside from that, though, I'll be so down to play Splatoon sometime, though. I've been interested in playing some more games. So, my friend gifted me Resident Evil 4, the remake. So I want to play that. I've also been interested in playing Fatal Fury, and I've also been interested in trying out Side. So I have a couple games that I do want to try.
Ooh, I want to play B-Side 2 actually soon.
Same. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I've been super interested. I'm like, dude, this character's kind of funny. Mita's kind of funny. I love this like rabbit hole where there's just like a bunch of different variants of this character.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's episode. A lot of Doom posting. I apologize, but it was fun. It was fun Doom posting. You guys like
Always
Doom posting? I'm sure you do. But yeah, I linked their socials in the description. I'm not on YouTube. In the chat. So if you guys want to go follow them, feel free to do so. I highly advise it. They're two very lovely people. That aside, we will see you guys next week, and whatever shenanigans transpire, we will be sure to update you guys on that. But yeah,
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
any closing words?
I'm listening to Lil Tecca right now. Yeah, y'all listen to Dark Thoughts by Lil Tecca. This song is so good.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, my
Bye,
bitch so
everyone.
bad. You spend your cash.